What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock, what you should be looking after for the future. I'm also going to do some in-depth technical analysis and give you guys my price prediction for tomorrow based off the charts are showing and based off what the data is suggesting. I'm also going to break down why I do anticipate a big move to come for tomorrow and why the setup is still making me look a little bit concerned for NIO just because of what we're seeing in this setup. I'm also going to break down what's going on with the overall market, how that could affect NIO, what big dates are coming out, what you have to watch for, and everything you need to know about NIO going forward. Now, before I break anything down though, before I get into any more details, I got to mention a couple of things real quick. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner. Take none of this as financial advice whatsoever. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you're guaranteed up to 20 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And the best part is any could be a free NIO or Tesla share. You'll also have the chance to win $60,000 for simply signing up. So please check it out before they run out. Offer ends in just 8 days. With that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. Guys, I'm going to be blunt with you guys. I think NIO might have a red day tomorrow. I'm going to talk about exactly why, what evidence we have of this, and why it does not really change the overall thesis on this stock. It is still an amazing stock. I'm still very bullish long term, but having a slight red day is going to be completely fine. So let's break down what's going on with the markets. First off, when it comes to news, there's not really too much going on. We do have initial jobless claims coming out in just about 2 days. Just a couple of things here and there. We have more data involving oil stocks and mortgages. However, what's going to be huge for the markets is PPI that's coming out. This is the producer price index for Friday, so please watch this very carefully. Now, the reason why the market is starting to tank is because of the fact that people are not as confident in the Fed basically being as dovish as Jerome Powell made it seem because of how the data is coming out. We're looking at our overall economy. Things are still leading to some concerns, and PPI is going to be another big telling piece of data that's going to be very important for the markets. Now, for NIO, we have good news and bad news. All right, let's start off with the good news. The good news is NIO actually has a pretty decent options chain. Max Pain is at about $12 right now. But if we look at the overall exchange volume, I wanted to just note that we are seeing a slight decline in the overall off-lit exchange volume. It's only like 55%, which is actually okay for NIO standards. However, the overall volume is also starting to decline a bit. Now, when NIO was pumping, remember, we got lots of buying pressure, and now NIO is only up 3%. That's way less than like 13% from a couple of days ago. That's less than like 8% from a few days ago. It's slowing down a bit, right? It's cooling off a bit, and we're not getting as much buying pressure. The bulls are kind of exhausted, at least to some degree. So I do believe NIO is going to slow down relatively soon. It's also moving a little bit different from the overall market, at least as of recent. We did also start to see the short falling percentage come up a bit more. So we did see some shorting going on in this stock. Now, some good news about NIO is from a technical standpoint, NIO is still incredible. You can see right over here, NIO achieved the 5-star rating in the Euro, NCAP, and Green NCAP tests. Once again, NIO is doing very, very well. Like I said, I love their cars, their technologies, their AI developments. I'm still very bullish long term. But like I said, short term things could be a little bit different. Now, NIO has been showing more strength relative to the overall market, but I do think that this might actually come down a bit after what I'm about to show you. And overall in the trend, NIO has been trending up with SPY and the QQQ. However, NIO has been a little bit different because it's been holding up a lot better as of recent, but this could change a little bit tomorrow. Besides that, I've got a lot of buying pressure around this 12.8 level. That's very, very awesome to see. And on a seasonality basis, NIO is green like 56% of the time on Wednesdays. It doesn't really matter as much as of right now, but I do believe it's worth noting. The short interest has been declining, but we actually saw it go up just a little bit the last time this actually came out. So please be ready for what's about to come. Now, when it comes to NIO, I think that the overall setup looks pretty decent. However, this is actually showing me signs of a massive head and shoulders that's forming. Maybe not massive, but like just over the last couple of days. Now, unless NIO wants to prove me wrong, it is worth noting. So let's actually break this down. So what we could essentially do is we could actually draw out a vertical line like this. Is this working? Oh, wait, sorry about that, guys. I need to draw something completely different. What we can actually do is draw out a horizontal line like this, right? So look at this line. I'm going to make this a lot bigger. All right. And then what we could also do is draw out an extended line from here to here. As you guys can see, NIO has been just slowly getting tighter and tighter. You could even draw this out like this if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. But anyways, NIO is getting tighter. You guys can see right here. And even though this overall setup is suggesting that a big move is coming, I want to note something else that's important. All right. The important thing is look at this head and shoulders like formation forming on NIO. Right here, we have a left shoulder like formation where NIO got rejected off this like 13.3 level, very, very close to about 13.25. Then we get a big push up today. Was this today or was this yesterday? No, this was yesterday. Sorry. Yesterday we hit $14. We came down and we started pushing up. Got a bounce off 12.4. That was today that happened. I didn't anticipate that NIO would outperform the market, and overall NIO got stopped at about 13.29, 13.28, around there, right? Very close to this level right here. So the overall setup is looking a little bit more, excuse me, sorry guys, a little bit more bearish. This is because we have this left shoulder here, the right shoulder like formation right here. Unless NIO gets a clean break above 13.33 and it starts pushing up, that could actually help to invalidate this head and shoulder. So watch this level very closely, 13.3. If NIO breaks this and starts pushing up, then it has potential to continue pushing all the way back to $14. All right, and I would love to see that. But if you consider the fact that the volume on NIO is slowing down, we're not getting as much buying pressure as of right now, and also how the overall market is performing, and the fact that buyers are slowly becoming more exhausted in a way, this doesn't mean they'll never come back. It just means that they've been buying so hard to the point where they need a bit of a break in a way. So I think it's more likely NIO is going to come down a bit. And when you consider the fact that we weren't able to break past this like 13.3 level, this almost looks like the neckline. To me, it looks like NIO is going to start coming down, heading for that 12.4 level, maybe go a little lower than that. So we might start to see NIO declining, guys. It's very unfortunate for me to say that, but it is the truth. It is what it is. I don't know if some kind of news is going to come out that's going to cause it, or if it's just going to happen naturally. Either one of those are very, very possible. But like I said, I believe that in order for this to be invalidated, NIO has to break past 13.3, break and hold that and start pushing up here. Then it's going to look like this thing could continue going. But if this thing fails to break past 13.3 or so, it could even be a couple of pennies off. And if it starts like trending sideways and starts slowing down, it's very likely it's going to start heading all the way down to 12.4 and maybe a little lower. So please be very careful, guys. Now, we have been seeing a lot of tickers out there starting to pump. Even Tesla was a little bit red, but Tesla is showing some nice relative strength. I do believe that could help NIO and stop this thing from collapsing down to like the 11s or the 10s. I don't see it dropping that hard for the near term, but I could see NIO cool off just a bit and come all the way back down to 12.4, if not $12, based off this setup. Now, I also want to note the fact that overall, NIO does not look like it's dead. It looks to me like as long as it bases around like $12 or so, and as long as it doesn't actually break all the way back down to 11.35 or below that, it has potential to continue pushing and respecting an uptrend. It's just that I'm still going to be very cautious looking at this overall setup. Now, with that essentially said, I wanted to note something else that's important. I mentioned it in one of my previous videos that NIO looked bullish. This was like, I think I said this last week because I saw this nice double bottom that formed. This almost resembled a very ugly looking head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder, sorry. And then this thing got a big break to that $14 mark. It actually just happened yesterday. Then after that, after we hit 14 bucks, we almost are forming, like I said, another head and shoulders on a more micro perspective. So to me, it looks like it's going to start heading down just a bit. It doesn't have to like crash super hard, but I just want to make that clear. Now, the last thing I want to talk about are some other technical indicators. For the time being, we are starting to see NIO get a lot tighter. If you look on the daily right here, NIO has been respecting an uptrend. It is still looking pretty decent, but what you'll notice is on the MACD, it's starting to curl just a little bit right here. It's starting to like flatten right here. The histograms are getting kind of smaller. This could change depending on the overall price action going forward. RSI is on the daily like 60 as of right now. It could end up seeing a big reversal if things don't go as planned. I don't think it's going to be that bad. We have seen RSI actually hit like 64 before that happens. So what I'm thinking is a slight red day tomorrow is going to be completely fine. It does not mean NIO has to collapse from here, but I do think it's going to cool off a bit, and maybe in the future it could get a bounce, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But that's essentially what I have for this video, guys. So please remain calm, cool, and collected. Do what you have to do what's best for your own portfolios. I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. NIO to the moon, because the long-term future is still incredibly bright despite all the things that are going on. And peace out.